Women's University Fitness and Recreation in partnership with the Health and Wellbeing Initiative, here to bring you some virtual meditation today. So first of all, I just want to thank you for joining me for our first virtual meditation of this semester. I just kind of want to give a little intro so that you may be familiar with me and my style of meditation and kind of what I think meditation is. And then feel free to kind of decide what it is you're looking for out of this and take what you need, leave what you don't, and kind of take on what you think meditation is for you and what you can get out of it. So there's not really like a right or wrong thing to do here. For me, meditation is kind of a time to just like pause and observe and just sort of be aware of what is going on. Sometimes we get so very distracted in our lives with what's kind of going on outside and how all those things, we just sort of have to take and run with those in the moment. So I feel like in meditation, it sort of gives me a minute to just sort of observe what's going on and take time to just sort of allow myself to just see what's going on around me and inside me without having to be judging whether that's good or bad or what, you know, like trying to define that. So for me, meditation is just time for me to give myself space to sort of breathe and check back in with me. So through our time together, I'll be showing you different techniques and things that you can do in meditation, maybe different ways to meditate. A lot of times people think they aren't successful meditating because they weren't able to sit completely still and quiet for an hour or something, but that's not really, to me, what meditation is. Meditation, although you might not deem your session successful, it's really just about allowing yourself to have time to just practice. It's really just a practice, so it doesn't matter if you were actually able to be still and quiet. It's just giving yourself time and the intention of trying to practice being aware of what's going on. So with that, in our meditation practice, it makes it a little bit easier when you go out into the real world to be an observer of what's happening and sort of see like that everything doesn't have to be so personal. Sometimes in life we get so worked up about something that happened and we take that and let it kind of move throughout our day of being upset about something. But sometimes for me, with my meditation practice, it helps me be able to just sort of like process that like this thing happened to me, but it doesn't have to affect me. I can just kind of breathe through that and release it, and I can, you know, with each breath kind of start over and hit like a reset button, like wipe the slate clean. So maybe that can be something that you start to learn how to do or practice doing throughout the semester with our different meditation practices and techniques. So we'll be doing different breath work techniques and movement. I always like to do a little bit of movement before we sit to meditate, just so that you can kind of work out any extra energy, or if there's sometimes a little bit of like anxious energy. So and when you kind of link your breath with movement before you meditate, it for me makes it a lot easier. So I will guide you through what we're going to do every time, and I encourage you to please ask questions or leave comments on the social media pages of different things that you liked or want to try. I'm here for you, and I want to offer you things that you're looking for. So please engage with us, like, share, and comment, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. So today, before we start, we're just going to get to work on some different breathing techniques and movement techniques. So I'm going to have everyone take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe in, we'll lift our arms up, and you can look up at your hands. And exhale, bring the arms down. And we'll do this 3 times, inhaling up, just noticing how your arms and shoulders feel as you breathe, how your neck feels as you look up. Exhale, let the arms sweep down, just starting to kind of notice your range of motion. Nice. And on our next breath up, bring those arms up. And as you exhale, bring one hand down, the other hand can stay up. Reach over for a lateral stretch here. So see if you can feel your hips rooting down into the ground as you stretch the side body. Feel those ribs fan open. Good. Inhale up, and we'll switch sides as you exhale over. And back up. Great. So we're going to move to all fours for just a moment and find some more work with our breath, kind of working out the spine. So an important part for me of meditation is being able to feel comfortable in our physical body and relaxed physically so that we can actually go a little deeper mentally when we meditate and kind of release any distraction from our body because of pain or discomfort. So we'll move through some spinal movements, finding some cat and cow. So just moving with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. You round the spine as you exhale and pushing the hands down into the ground, pulling the belly into the spine. Take a deep breath in, let the belly sway down, but keep the core gently engaged. Nice. So just adding any other movement you'd like. So maybe you kind of sway from side to side and pull the shoulder and hip towards each other, and then move to the opposite side, sort of scrunching up one side of the body and stretching out the other side. You can even walk those fingertips over to one side and feel a nice little stretch, and to the other side. Good. And we'll do a quick shoulder stretch here to sort of release the shoulders and feel a nice relaxation there. So sweep one arm up to the sky, kind of open to the side. And as you exhale, thread that arm under the opposite arm. And just rest the shoulder and the side of the head to your mat. You can even walk your opposite hand forward. Just sort of release into the shoulder. Let your head relax. Let the breath move in deep into the belly. Exhale, relax. Bring that hand back under the shoulder and sweep the arm up and open. And back to the ground. We'll switch sides. Reach up, feel that stretch across the front of the chest. Exhale, thread underneath. Rest the side of the face, the temple, the shoulder to the ground. And you can keep that hand under the shoulder for support, or maybe you extend it forward. Allowing the breath to help you find some relaxation and stretch here. Breathing into any areas you feel that are tight or tense, allowing the breath to flow into there and create space. Nice. And bringing that hand back under the shoulder. Open back up with that arm. And back down. Good. And just for a moment, we're going to bring the tops of the feet down, and we'll sit on top of the feet. So this kind of gives our ankles a little stretch. A lot of times we're standing all day and on our feet so that, they're kind of stuck in this position. So it's nice to give them a little stretch the opposite way. So let the weight of your hips sit down onto your heels if it's comfortable. You can always tuck a blanket or a cushion underneath your bottom between your heels. If you need some extra support, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. We'll just take a few breaths here, thinking about those hips sitting down. And then imagine that when you breathe, your rib cage is lifting up and away, so you're creating a lot of space in your belly and in this area here. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears. You can even relax one shoulder to the ear for a breath. Back up and over to the other side. Nice. sweep those feet. You can even, after that little bit, tap them, kind of get a little release, or roll out your ankles. And then we'll shift back to sitting into a comfortable position. So I usually like to sit on some kind of blanket or cushion when I meditate, and you can also meditate in a chair. You do not at all by any means have to be sitting with your legs crossed on the floor to meditate or to meditate successfully. That is not a prerequisite or requirement at all. So please, if you need to sit in a chair, sit in a chair. You are just fine doing that. So I like to sit with the folded edge under me because sometimes the unfolded edge doesn't offer as much support. So I turn it where the folded edge is facing where I'm going to be sitting. And then I just sit up on the blanket because it's nice to have your hips a little higher than your knees so that your pelvis can be nice and level. So when you think about your pelvis like a bowl and it's holding water, you don't want it to be tipping forward, spilling out, or tipping backwards really far. You just kind of want it to be nice and level, knees descending a little bit from your pelvis. So you can sit with the ankles stacked, or if it's comfortable, you can put one of your feet up or both feet up. So find what's comfortable for you. There's really no right or wrong as long as you can sit comfortably. I like to move the flesh away from my sit bones so I really feel nice and grounded down into my seat, into my cushion. And then from there, just gently imagine that your spine is like a roll of quarters and they're just stacking right on top of each other. Feeling those sit bones and your hips and your legs just relaxing and melting into the ground. So try not to be scrunched up. If you need to put, sometimes we'll roll up a cushion and put it under my knees if there's a lot of space, or if you have a block or something you need to use. Like, get creative, use props, use support. Those definitely do not take away from your practice. They add to your practice. It just means that you know what you need and you have tools that can help you maybe go deeper and further. So if you don't have those things, that's okay, but you can usually find a lot of household items, just pillows from your bed or your couch, or an extra blanket, even a towel from the cabinet. So beach towel, shower towel, anything can be a cushion or a pad. So don't think it has to be this woven blanket, a wool blanket. Definitely not what you have to have. So anything that works for you, just make it work. So just allow those legs to relax. You can close the eyes down here and just use your mind's eye to visualize. Visualization is so important. It's a really nice tool to use because you don't have to always be physically doing what you're wanting to do or visualizing yourself doing, but if in your mind's eye you're seeing those things happen in your body, they will gently, over time and with practice, slowly kind of start to happen. And that's been my experience with this. So be gentle with yourself, be easy with yourself. Don't put a lot of expectation and think that you're failing. Just be open to what's gonna happen and just let it kind of let the process take you where it needs to go. So if you're comfortable, you can close those eyes down. I like to turn my palms up and let them rest on my thighs. So if it helps, you can put another pillow here in your lap and let your hands rest on your lap. And then if you can, just sort of think about rolling those shoulders up and back. So what I like to do is scrunch my shoulders up to my ears, open them back, squeeze my shoulder blades together, roll my palms up to the sky, and then drop my shoulders and relax my shoulder blades down so my chest is nice and open. I feel nice and lifted. I think about my chin being level with the ground, so you're not tucking it down and you're not letting your head drop back really far. You're just level chin with the ground, slide it back just a little, and you feel that nice lengthening through the back of your neck. So I like to visualize the crown of my head like there's a little string tied to it, and someone's gently pulling the top of my head up as my sit bones and my legs are rooted down. So there's just a little bit of dynamic energy and tension there, sort of feeling like there's a magnet from one end of your spine and another magnet on the top, and you're just kind of being gently stretched. So once you sort of take a moment to just sort of visually check in, mentally check in with those points. Relax your legs, crown of the head gently floating up to the sky, closing the eyes down. Let the chest be nice and open. And then we'll just start to become aware of the breath. So just notice how you're breathing. Don't try to control anything right now. Just take a few moments to breathe in and out through your nose. Notice how that breath feels as it comes in through the nose. And maybe you allow yourself here to notice where you're feeling your breath. Do you feel it move in your chest? Do you feel your belly move? Is it just in the throat area that you notice it? Where do you feel that breath? Does it feel shallow or deep? And not judging it, just noticing, simply being an observer to see what it feels like. Do you notice areas of tension or stress, or do you feel areas that feel relaxed? And then over the next few breaths here, just see if you can allow any areas that you notice that might feel tense or kind of sticky. Just allow the breath to flow into those areas, releasing any tension, inviting space in, mentally visualizing the breath, flooding those areas that feel uncomfortable, feeling them release and open up, washing away any stress or tension with the power of your breath, just like an ocean wave, flooding that area with space and peace. Very nice. And then we'll start to gently lengthen out the breath. So starting to notice the breath in through the nose, this time allowing it to flood into the belly, expanding your belly. So if it helps, you can place your hand on your belly, your low belly. Deep breath in, feel that hand move. And as you exhale, squeeze the belly in, feel that hand move in. Inhaling, feel the breath into the belly. Exhale, release. This time, see if you can become aware of the breath in the low back. So our breath isn't just an in and out of the belly, front part. It also is kind of a 3D experience. So see if you can allow your breath to expand your back and to the sides. Exhaling, drawing the breath all the way out. And as you continue to breathe and the breath might slow down and become even deeper and fuller, notice the ribs and see if you can allow the ribs to expand, not just out, but back to the side. You're growing and contracting your whole body with each breath. And you're welcome to place your hands on the front and back of the rib cage and try to fill up that space. Noticing what's going on, and if any thoughts kind of trickle through your mind, that's okay. It's what our mind is made to do, is to think. The process of meditation is the practice of allowing us not to get attached to those thoughts. So just imagine them like they are clouds in the sky or a wave on the ocean, and you just see it happening, but you don't try to control it. You just let it go. You enjoy that it's there for a moment and you let it pass by. Continuing to allow that breath to fill up even deeper into the belly and up into the chest. Maybe you even feel that breath move up into the throat as you take a deep full breath in. And all the way out. Maybe you even imagine that as you breathe out, you are allowing any stress and tension to be exhaled with that breath, and you're letting it go, releasing it. Continuing to relax your shoulders, check in with the head and neck, see if the chin is still level. Have your legs tensed up. Can you relax them? Continuing to breathe, deep, full breaths. All the way in, all the way out. Very nice. So from here, we're gonna go through just a few rounds of measured breath together, and I will guide you. You won't have to worry about counting or how long you've been doing it. We'll just breathe together. So what we're gonna do is we'll start by taking a breath out through the mouth, and then when we start our measured breath together, it will be in and out through the nose. As always, if you need to adjust and make the breath through the mouth for some reason or another, if your nose is stuffy or something, please do so. But breathing through the nose, if we can, is very helpful because that does calm the nervous system. The breath through the nose, breathing through the nose purifies and cleanses the air that we take in, and it also helps stimulate certain centers of the brain that help when you meditate. They get activated because of the cool breath that enters in through the nose is close to the brain. So when you do that, it actually helps activate certain centers in your brain that physiologically do relax you. So that's one reason for the breath through the nose. But like I said, please accommodate for what's comfortable for you. But what we'll do is breathe in. We'll pause gently at the top of our breath, and then we'll exhale through the nose. So you're not going to be holding it for a long time. It's just for a couple of seconds, a couple beats. I'll be counting out quietly for you. But what I'll be doing is saying inhale, hold, and exhale. So you'll just follow along with me, and then after we do a few rounds of that, you'll release your breath, you'll release any control of the breath, and we'll just sit for some quiet meditation after that. But as always, if the brain comes onto a thought, that's okay. And if you do need to bring yourself back to some measured breath to help you stay focused, you can do that. You can also say a word or something that helps keep you focused. So maybe when you inhale, you say, you know, I am, and as you exhale, you can say calm, you know, mentally, just inside when you do that to help stay anchored on something. So those are all options for you. You can also still just enjoy kind of being in silence if that is where you are. So get into your comfortable seat in your chair, on the floor, or however. Checking in with the body, so sitting up nice and tall, trying to relax those shoulders away from the ear, chin level with the ground. We'll start with a deep breath in through the nose, we'll exhale through the mouth, and then we'll begin our measured breath together. Deep breath in, open the mouth, let it go. Inhaling through the nose, hold, exhale through the nose. Inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, control of the breath, just allowing it to flow in and out as it wants to. If there's any pause, just enjoy the calmness of that pause, either at the top or bottom of the breath, wherever it may be for you. There may not be any pauses. After you breathe a little bit, it's very normal in meditation for the breath to become a little bit shallow, so don't be worried if that starts to happen. Once you get relaxed, just allow whatever happens to be coming back to the breath. If you notice your mind wandering, you can just think about inhaling and exhaling. Sometimes after that measured breath, the mind and the body just become still and quiet, and you are able to just sort of be in a moment of stillness. So if that happens, just enjoy it. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing the breath to dissolve any tension or worry. Letting it be your anchor. Visualizing a waterfall of peace washing over you as you sit here, feeling calm, feeling the body sitting up in just enough of a tensed position to stay upright, but everything else just relaxing around your nice tall spine. Crown of the head floating to the sky, base of your sit bones and your legs rooting into the earth. You're like a tree rooted to the ground, reaching up to the sky for sun, feeling the sway that may happen as the breeze blows around you, but really unaffected by it. Trees just get kind of blown in a breeze. They just enjoy going with the flow. So visualize yourself just sitting like a tree or an ancient temple. The breath is like the wind that blows through a tree. It may move you, it can keep you anchored here. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting go of tension or stress with your exhale. Taking in peace and calmness with your inhale. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Give you about 4 rounds of breath where I will remain silent. If the mind wanders, gently bring it back to your inhale and your exhale. Without judgment, just simply being here and breathing. Ready. If you're ready, please, if you're feeling comfortable, continue to stay in this state of calmness, of meditative quietness in your mind for as long as you'd like to. When you're ready, gently bringing the hands together at heart center, thumbs to the center of the chest. I extend my gratitude to you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. Taking a moment here to say thank you to yourself, to send out some gratitude into the world for being able to sit for a moment, to have some quiet time, to experience whatever it is you experienced here. I extend my gratitude to you for allowing me to share with you. And this is where I like to say namaste, which means that the goodness that is in me sees the goodness that is in you and honors that. So I say namaste to you, and I send you out with joy and love and light, and hope that you can share if you found any peace or whatever it is that you might have experienced here, that you can take that out into the world and kind of share that calmness with those you meet just by giving them a kind smile or a nice hello when you see someone, even if they are strangers. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you next week and throughout the semester. Namaste.